Hey Rowie.
Hey, K-Man.
Hey, I'm a bloke and I train.
You are a bloke and you do train. You're a world champion.
So, do I train women the same or sort of train women differently?
Oh, what a great question. Is it possible that there are some significant differences physiologically in a woman's body than there is in a man's body? Are there times in a female's life that we do completely, or our body goes through completely different things than what a man goes through? And should we be fit for those? Do we need to be fit to be a woman? And having 3 older sisters and a mother, it was really interesting for me to be told from when I can remember that when I was about 12, 13, 14, there was going to be this terrible thing called a period. And it was going to be the wrong time of the month, and I was going to be bloated and emotional and tired, and it was going to be terrible. I've never had any children, but I'm sure you've heard from many people that pregnancy can be horrible, and you put on weight and you're tired and you're emotional and it's hard to lose weight after the baby, and babies and pregnancy is really hard. And I'm sure you've heard this thing about menopause, that you're going to get emotional and you're going to get hot flashes and you won't be able to sleep and you're going to get really fat and it's going to be terrible. If you hear all of that and you're bombarded with that on a regular basis as a woman, is it possible that we start believing it? Is it true, or is it true just for some people, and are there opposite or different alternatives? And I think that's a really important question. What if we were really fit and strong? What if our body was physically fit and physically strong? Now, whether you're a male or a female, young, old, grandparent or grandchild, is it possible that the human body is designed to be really fit and really strong? And if I'm fit, my cardiovascular system, my respiratory system, my heart and lungs are really fit. So I've got blood, oxygen, vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals going through my body, and all of the things that I need for my body to be healthier are going to the right places. Is it possible that I'll feel better? And then I was always asked these great questions. Will I be a fat burning machine, a food burning machine, a calorie burning machine, a carbohydrate burning machine? Will I have strong immune system so I don't get sick? Will I have great hair, great skin, great nails? Will I have a smarter brain, a brain that can think more clearly, and a brain that's more positive because I've got those positive neurotransmitters pumping into my brain? And the physiology of that is obviously the same for everybody. If I have to move, if I get stressed, so whether I get stressed from exercise that I produce the exercise, or if life provides me with a stress, my body produces movement drugs, so epinephrine and adrenaline, so I can sprint really fast, whatever it is that I need to do. And it doesn't have to be running, it could be skipping, it could be swimming, it could be biking, it could be martial arts, it could be a sport, it doesn't matter. If I have to move, my body will provide me with the chemicals to do that. And if I'm really strong, then I can do that even faster. After I've done that, I have this chemical release in my brain of positive neurotransmitters. So I get a reward release of dopamine, I get a satisfaction release of serotonin, and I get brain-derived neurotropic factor pumping through my brain, which of course is that amazing fertilizer for your brain. And your body produces endorphins, which are the drugs that take the pain away so that we can sprint even faster if we need to, or lift even heavier if we need to. Now that's the same for both men and women. But men don't have periods, they don't have pregnancy, and they don't go through menopause. So how does being fit and healthy help with all of those? Is it possible that, number one, because I have a more positive attitude when I'm fit, because I've got those positive chemicals in my brain, that I might start talking about periods and pregnancy and menopause in less negative terms? How about celebrate the fact that I have become a woman? When I have a period, that means my body is capable of producing another human being. That's got to be really exciting, rather than it's going to be the wrong time of the month. And if I'm fit, is it possible that even if my body has created some kind of uncomfortable feeling during that period of the month where I have a period, is it possible I'll handle it better because I'm fit and strong? If I've got endorphins in my body, which are natural painkillers, is it possible that I'll handle any pain more effectively? And have you ever felt really crappy or down or miserable, and then you've gone to exercise and you've done a high intensity physical activity and you felt much, much better about yourself and about the whole experience? So could our periods be celebrated, and could they be easier if we're fit and strong? What about pregnancy? And I'm sure that you've met people from both ends, where people have been in bed for 9 months of their pregnancy versus they've just lived a normal life and kept competing in their sport and doing all the things that they've always done until they have the baby. I've got a beautiful story. I was running the Gold Coast Marathon in Australia, and I thought I was running pretty well. A lady ran past me quite fast, and she beat me by a significant amount of time. She was 7 months pregnant. After the race, I followed her up because I thought that was quite amazing, and I was quite happy to be beaten by a pregnant woman. And she said, in her words, she had been accused and abused by most of the people in her life, including her gynecologist, her GP, and her family, for running marathon when she was 7 months pregnant. But as she explained so beautifully, she said, I've had many healthy children. This is not my first child. And the thing that keeps me sane, the thing that keeps me unemotional, the thing that stops me from being depressed and anxious and miserable and just feeling down is my running. My running makes me feel fantastic. And of course that makes sense because those positive chemicals, neurotransmitters, happy drugs are pumping through your brain. So do we get to choose how we handle our pregnancy? We might not be able to control everything that happens, but if I'm fit and strong, will I be able to handle it better? Is it possible that any of the challenges with my pregnancy might either be less or I might not have any because my body's fit and strong? And then of course, after I have a baby, could it be important to be fit and strong? I'm going to have less sleep. My life's completely changed. I've got so many more different things I have to fit into my life. Would it be helpful if I was fit and strong? Could that be a great question to ask? And I'll also add in there, as a mother, could it be really important to set the example for your family, for your children, of what healthy, fit and strong actually means? We talk a lot about parenting, so we teach our kids to brush their teeth, and we teach them to have a bath, and we teach them to eat healthy food. But what about exercise? What if, as mums, we taught our kids that you brush your teeth every day, you breathe every day, you wear clothes every day, you have a shower every day. We want to put high performance fuel into your body. Let's turn your body into a high performance machine. And of course that only happens when you're really fit and you're really strong. And as mums, do we have the responsibility? Are we in the position to be able to set that example for the people that we love? More importantly, live that example. Now, I don't have any children, but I've certainly been through menopause. I'm now technically a very old lady. People ask me how old I am. I always say I'm 120. I just look good for my age. And I'm sharing that with you because I was told again that menopause would be terrible, and I would get fat, and I would be emotional, and I would get hot flushes, and it was going to be a horrible experience. Have you met women like me where I said to my husband, I think I've been through menopause. I haven't had a period, I think now, for a couple of years. So I think it's probably that time. And I was certainly over 50. How does that happen? And I very rarely meet women that have that same experience as I have, but they're certainly out there. And they're always fit, they're always strong, they always have a positive attitude, they've always been really active, and they've always got a purpose for loving their life. And as a woman, I feel that it's my responsibility. And I've never been a man, so I can't say it in any other way. I just feel responsible for living the example for other women and for children and for the men in my life that being healthy, fit and strong makes a difference to your life. And how could I even talk about that if I wasn't living that example? So menopause, which is for most people, shouldn't that be a celebration? No more period, no more contraception. You can have sex as many times as you want to without ever worrying about getting pregnant. And if there's no more periods, let's celebrate menopause. And I think it's important that me, again, as a woman, that I give that message out to other women. Because is it possible that if we're told constantly it's going to be terrible, it's going to be awful, you're going to feel sick, you're going to get fat, why do we give that message? Do we have to give that message? Oh, you've got to prepare women for reality. Well, what if that's not the reality? And of course, menopause reality for me was I'm fitter than I've ever been, I'm stronger than I've ever been, I've obviously got a really positive attitude, and I've got a purpose for being alive. My number one purpose is to share the message of being healthy, fit and strong with everybody in my life. So if I have to be fit to be a woman for periods, for pregnancy, for menopause, and then if you have a look at what happens to women physiologically, women tend to get osteoporosis more than men. Could that be because we don't have strong bones, because we don't always lift heavy things? It's just a really important question to ask. Women are accused often of being more emotional, or their emotions control their life more than men. It seems that we've constantly, and I'm just being general, but we have women who are constantly dieting, constantly looking for ways to be beautiful, of course. We spend a lot of money on plastic surgery, we spend a lot of money on diets and pills, powders and potions to look and feel amazing. But is it possible that if you're fit and strong, that the things that we spend a lot of money on as women, we may not need to spend so much money? Because when you're fit and strong, what happens to your hair, your skin, your nails, your eyes, your posture, your body's ability to burn fat faster, calories faster, food faster? What happens to the way we feel about ourselves, our self-esteem and self-confidence? And often we talk about looking beautiful on the outside, but people will often share with me, and I'm an old lady now, remember, I wear high neck clothes and I wear trousers past my ankles, but people often stop me and say, wow, you're obviously really healthy, fit and strong. What is it that you do? And it's not because I've got my butt cheeks hanging out or my muscular arms hanging out. It's because obviously something happening healthy, fit and strong on the inside perhaps could shine on the outside. Wouldn't it be exciting if you could get a healthy, fit, strong body on the inside that helped you glow on the outside? And is it possible that that comes from having a healthy heart, healthy lungs, strong muscles, strong bones, and most importantly, a really strong, powerful, passionate brain that has a purpose? And is it again possible that the reason we become that person is because we're really fit and strong? That chemical response in our brain that makes us think clearly, be more creative, and helps us to make better decisions about our food, about our exercise, about the kind of life we're going to live, about the kind of people we're going to put into our life. That all comes from having a healthy, fit, strong brain. And of course, that comes from getting puffed and lifting heavy. And as a woman, that's my answer. Rowie, how come you have never had any challenges with your menopause? How come you're an old lady but you still run every day and you lift heavy things and you've got a positive attitude and you love your life? You're so lucky. No, it's got nothing to do with luck. As a female, I've been absolutely committed, and I'll rephrase, as a human, I've been absolutely committed to being healthy, fit and strong all of my life. Now, I've only ever been a female, so that's why I say as a female. But I'm also aware, because I've trained literally thousands of women, that being fit to be a woman is really important. I don't want women to have challenges with their period. I don't want women to have horrible pregnancies. I don't want it to be really hard to lose weight after having a baby. I want women to go through menopause like I have, which has been just a non-event. Just, wow, I don't have a period anymore. Woohoo! So how do you do it? That's got to be the really big question. Well, the physiology behind that is simple. And as an exercise professional, as a parent, a teacher, a coach, as a leader, do we have the responsibility to learn our anatomy and physiology so we understand how the human body works? So if I get really fit, and fitness is really simple, to get fit, you've got to get puffed. You've got to overload your heart and lungs. The beautiful thing is that the further you get away from zero on the puffing scale, the longer the exercise program becomes, but the less intense it becomes. So if you exercise short and hard, you'll get fit really fast. If you lift really heavy and you overload every muscle and bone in your body at the same time, use as many muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons and joints at the same time, that's where you fire the endocrine system, the hormonal system, and the central nervous system. It fires up and gets really fit and really strong. Now this is where I get excited, because the stronger you are, the harder you can sprint or the harder you can puff. Now, sprinting for you might be up and down stairs, it might be punching a bag, it could be skipping, it could be a cross trainer, a bike, a rowing machine, a treadmill, it doesn't matter. Your heart and lungs are blind. As long as you are puffing, you'll get fit. But you can't puff hard if you've got a weak body. So you've got to back up that hard puffing with a strong body, and a strong body comes from overloading your muscles and bones. Now, the beautiful thing about your bones, when you overload your muscles, they pull on your bones, so you don't get osteoporosis because you've got strong bones. But you also won't get sick. And if you do get sick with a germ, bug or virus or disease, your body will be able to fight it because it's got a strong immune system. Your immune system is built inside your bones. And a lot of people get sick because they don't train, they don't lift, they don't have strong muscles. So their muscles don't pull on their bones. So their muscles waste away, they get a slow metabolism, they put on weight. Their bones waste away, so they get osteoporosis, bone thinning disease. But more importantly than that is their immune system becomes weak. So our ability to fight germs, bugs, viruses and diseases, including the horrible things like cancer and bad flus and viruses, worldwide pandemic virus. If you've got a fit, strong body, your body can fight all of those, and your immune system is built inside your bones. So how do you get strong muscles and bones? And of course you have to overload them. Now the process to get strong is argued about, but the top physiologists and the people who understand anatomy and physiology don't argue. You just have to overload, and the more muscles and bones you use at the same time, the more you fire your endocrine and your hormonal system. So could an exercise program be? Would it be exciting if it was? What if an exercise program could be really short? And I get excited about this again because I used to be, as I shared, a marathon runner. I've run 21 marathons. I used to be the person that went to the gym 5-7 days a week sometimes because I loved it. But again, the further we get away from zero and the more we overload without giving our body time to recover, we don't get stronger, we get weaker. And if you understand the supercompensation process and you understand the body's energy systems and the energy timeline, then of course you know that to get strong, you have to overload and then rest, overload and then rest. So the heavier you lift, the more muscles and bones and ligaments, tendons and joints, endocrine system, central nervous system is fired up, the harder you can train, the harder you can sprint, but the longer you need to rest. So what if an exercise program could be as simple as getting puffed a few times throughout the day? I've taken that a little bit further and I share this passionately. Every time you get puffed, you pump happy drugs into your brain. So you pump those dopamine, serotonin, brain-derived neurotropic factor every time you sprint. So it's not about being fit as such, because of course when you sprint you get fit, but when you puff, you pump happy drugs. So I like to pump happy drugs all the time because I like to be happy all the time. So 4 puffs an hour. So I've got a cross trainer, I've got a skipping rope, I've got a boxing bag, I've got the ground, which I can do jump squats, I can do push-ups, I can sprint on the spot. So every 15 minutes I like to get puffed for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. It's a really short exercise program. And I'm sharing that with you because what would be the point of me talking about running marathons and doing 45-minute classes or hour exercise classes, which is what I used to teach for 23 years. I don't do that anymore because I don't want to perpetuate the philosophy that you have to exercise for long to get fit and strong. The closer you stay to zero, the harder, the more intense your exercise, the fitter and stronger you become. So what if your exercise program was as simple as 4 puffs an hour for 10 seconds? So every hour you exercised for 40 seconds. I'm going to say that again, 40 seconds. And what if once, maybe twice a week, you lifted something heavy? Now for me, I do my exercise, my strength training program in my garage, which is next to my washing machine. And my washing machine on spin cycle for 4 minutes, I do my set of chins, my set of dips, and my set of squats and lunges. I also do that outside with a wheelbarrow, rocks and logs and gravel. You can lift a heavy bag full of books. You can lift a heavy 20 litre bottle of water. Doesn't matter what you lift as long as you overload your muscles and bones. And as a woman, I often get fascinated because women say to me, oh, but I don't want to get big muscles. Well, don't you wish you could? If you've got bigger muscles, you've got a faster metabolism. If you've got a faster metabolism, your body becomes a food-burning, fat-burning, carbohydrate, sugar-burning machine, and you can sprint harder because you've got stronger, bigger muscles. Now, we can't get bigger muscles, but we can get stronger. And if we're stronger, we can sprint faster. If we sprint faster, then we become a fat-burning machine. We get fitter and fitter and fitter. So if you overload every single muscle and bone in your body, you'll get a faster metabolism, you'll get stronger, you'll have a stronger immune system, you won't get osteoporosis, your body will burn up everything you put into it really fast, and you'll be able to sprint even faster, which means you will pump more happy drugs into your brain, and your whole body will become this high-performance machine. You'll be fit to be a powerful, passionate, positive woman in an exercise program that could be as short as minutes a week. Literally a strength training program that's 3 or 4 minutes, and really important, getting puffed for just 10 seconds, not 30 minutes, not 45 minutes, not an hour. And if you love to exercise, congratulations. But is it possible that as a woman and when you get really busy that you might not have a lot of time? So what if you could spend less time on your muscles, your bones, your hormonal system, your muscular system, your cardiovascular system, respiratory system, digestive system, less time than brushing your teeth? We brush our teeth, or we're supposed to, for 1 to 2 minutes every day, maybe twice a day. So that's an exercise program that's 2 minutes a day to look after this part of your body. What if you could look after your entire body, including your hair, your skin, your nails, your eyes, your posture, your hormonal system, your muscles and bones, your heart and lungs, in the same amount of time or even less than it takes to brush your teeth? Last question. How much time as women do we spend on our hair, on our nails, putting our makeup on, having a shower, all the things that we get involved in to be beautiful women? What if you could have a fit, strong body in a shorter period of time than all of that? And is it possible that a fit, strong body will be even more beautiful because it'll be shining and glowing from the inside? And wouldn't that be awesome?